think the mood within the party right now is one of desperation. I think the recent poll numbers look quite bad for the Conservatives, and it's leading a lot of members of Parliament to fear for their jobs and to worry about whether they're going to be elected. So they're scrabbling around. They're looking for what is going to be the most popular policy. Um, they seem to believe that stopping the boats is what's going to win them the election. But I think the other thing that's going on here is there's a large group of people in the party, especially on the right, who want to bring down Rishi Sunak's government. I think they're at a position where they've accepted that there's going to be a Conservative defeat at the next election. And so they want to make sure that whatever is left of the party, it's not somebody moderate like Rishi Sunak in charge. It's someone who's more aligned with Boris Johnson or Suella Braverman.
And given this issue we're dealing with refugees here is so personal and so extreme in a way, there's so many lives on the line in terms of this issue. Is there a real danger then that politics is and the idea of stopping the boats is actually taking away from the compassion that's needed to deal with this issue from a government point of view? Do you have a concern there?
100%. When it comes to refugees and caring for those in need, we're supposed to do what's best for them. We're supposed to do what's compassionate. We're supposed to do what's caring. We're supposed to provide for them. That's our call as Christians, but it's also the human thing to do. And when you put playing party politics above the needs of those who are vulnerable, you enter a really dangerous situation. Now, certainly when I go and speak to my residents, they're also going to say, where's the compassion towards me as a British resident? Where's the care for me? In my constituency, we've got nearly 300 British families living in hotels. They're upset by what they're seeing, the amount of money going into supporting refugees and so on. So it is a contentious issue. But when you're doing, as I said, putting party politics above these people, when you're saying, I'd much rather see Rishi Sunak fail than a good Rwanda plan go through government, you're in dangerous territory. And I think you need to ask questions about why you're in politics.
So you just mentioned your constituency. You say 300 British families living in hotels.
That's right. So in Havering, we've got a little over 300 families living in hotels and bed and breakfasts, and another 300 individuals. And just to highlight how rapid that growth has been, is in 2019, we had 3 people in accommodation. So the homelessness growth here in Havering is huge and it's rapid. And at the same time as doing that, we're seeing this large influx of refugees. And that's causing panic. And it's causing worry amongst the residents. They're saying, why is so much money going towards helping the refugees? And it's causing panic amongst the politicians. Who do we help? Where do we put this pot of money that we've got? I don't necessarily have all the answers. The problem is that sense of panic and that sense of worry, and then the political games that come on top, starts to dehumanize the refugees. It starts to dehumanize the homeless people. And you get into a tit for tat about who's going to take control of the party instead. Everything we're seeing in Parliament today, all these amendments, and there's 57 amendments have been tabled. All of these amendments are simply designed to try and make the government fail and to try and get Rishi Sunak out, because the hard right in the Conservatives want to take control.
And just finally, we're interviewing the moderator of the Church of Scotland, who's written to SNP Westminster representatives to say this Rwanda policy, the bill as a whole must be stopped from a Christian standpoint, and that the bill, in principle, undermines the UK's ability to hold others to account, and it completely undermines the credibility on a human rights basis. What do you make of that from a Christian standpoint, and the church's role? Justin Welby's also been vocal about the issue. What do you make of the church's role and how it communicates with politics on this issue?
Sure. Well, I disagree with the Church of Scotland in that. I think it is possible that this policy can be done in a Christian way if the goal is to provide safety for those that are in need, a secure future, a job, and so on. I think that can be done in a Christian way. So I disagree with their opinion. That said, I'm pleased to see Christians who are engaging in the world of politics. And I think we need to encourage that. I think we need Christians to stand up and to speak into the world of politics and to get involved. You know, God tells us through the Bible to support the poor, the widows, the child, the orphan. We're commanded to do that. And the way we do that in the UK is through governance, and the way we govern is through politics. So, just as there are many theological differences across the church, there'll be many differences about politics. But I'm pleased to see Christians standing up and speaking out and getting involved in the world of politics. What I don't want to see is a theocracy. I don't want us to say that we can only pass laws that the church agrees with and so on. But I'm pleased there's debate, and I hope we see more Christians standing up and getting involved in the world of politics.